Everyone's got that one colleague they really hate, even celebrities. Some actors hated working with each other so much that they refused to work together ever again. I feel like this first pair should never have been in a movie together to begin with. We're talking about Nick Nolte and Julia Roberts. Interestingly enough, it was while shooting a rom-com that the two realized just how much they hated each other.
Honey, I got goosebumps. You ever think of writing a novel?
And give up the newspaper game? Never.
They played two competing reporters in the 1994 movie called I Love Trouble, who reluctantly joined forces to uncover a major story. Now, exactly why they started hating each other so much isn't really clear, but they did go on record clarifying just how much they hated each other. But it may have to do with the fact that this was the worst movie he had ever done, and that he only did it for the money. Hey, sometimes you've gotta do what you gotta do, but he literally said he felt like he had sold his soul for this. Now, this probably led to some tense situations, because America's Sweetheart Roberts said that he's the worst actor she's worked with, and that he was completely disgusting. Nolte struck back by saying that it wasn't nice to call someone disgusting, and that she just wasn't a nice person. Not a nice person is certainly one way of saying you hate someone. The next duo had some choices for each other too. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson called Vin Diesel a candy ass. Okay then, that is one intimidating celebrity feud.
Here's the thing about it, right? So we're all adults.
The Fast and Furious actors no longer work together today because of what Johnson called different approaches to filmmaking.
Just like in life, you have different philosophies and people have different philosophies, different fundamental philosophies on how you do things. And again, the most important thing is just the movie.
There are not many exact details about what happened on set, but on the last of the filming of The Fate of the Furious, The Rock posted a pretty harsh message on Instagram, calling out a co-star. Apparently, this person wasn't a true professional and a bit of a coward, and a candy. When the movie was released, fans realized that the pair's scenes were shot in a way that they may not even have been on set together. This was confirmed by Johnson himself, but I'd really like to know who started the whole thing. But I know who started the feud on Charlie's Angels. It was Bill Murray who picked on Lucy Liu. Remember how Bernie Mac replaced Murray's character in the second installment of Charlie's Angels?
I know who did it. Colonel Mustard in a dining room with a lead pipe.
Well, this may have been why. It seems that Murray was absolutely horrible to Liu, criticizing her acting skills and dismissing her as just a TV actress. Liu remained tight-lipped about what exactly he said, but she was pretty clear it was inexcusable and unacceptable language. It seems that he hurled a slew of insults at her. Murray did address the rumors, and honestly, it sounds like a confession. He said he would dismiss anyone who wasn't professional when working with him, but it seems that the tension between the two seems to have been resolved, since Liu said she had nothing against him. But the next pair know how to hold on to a grudge. Former couple Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn refused to work together. The two played the roles of Cersei and Bronn in the Game of Thrones, and if you remember, none of them have any scenes together.
You annoy me right now. Every breath you draw in my presence annoys me. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave my presence.
That's because the two used to date back in 2002, and they had a pretty nasty breakup, and they are not on talking terms. A crew member said that they're never in the same room at the same time and should be kept apart at all costs, just like the next pair of actors. Shia LaBeouf had a go at Alec Baldwin. The two were working together on a Broadway play when he basically attacked Baldwin for not remembering his lines. Yikes! Speaking about the incident later on, the Beetlejuice actor said that his co-star seemed scattered and had a jailhouse mentality. That said, LaBeouf had memorized his lines and was getting frustrated by the fact that Baldwin kept forgetting his. Baldwin then gave the stage manager a kind of ultimatum, saying that only one of the actors could stay, and offered to leave himself. But the team decided to fire LaBeouf instead, which apparently left him a bit shaken. He wasn't expecting to be fired. And if you think this feud was ugly, the next one was way worse. The two superstars Sylvester Stallone and Richard Gere got into a physical fight with each other. Now, this is one crazy story, and it all boiled down to lunch.
Thanks, but I'm lactose intolerant.
According to Stallone, Gere got a bit carried away during an improv session for a fight scene, and he told him to lighten up, but Gere just kept going.
Establish communication with Maniac Intruder.
Wrong. Hey, Luke Skywalker. Use the Force. Oh, dear.
Later, during the lunch break, in the back of a Toyota, yes, the story keeps getting more and more ridiculous.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit.
Gere dropped some mustard on Stallone's pants.
Bring it on.
And that was it for the Rambo star. He elbowed the Pretty Woman star in the head and out of the car.
Hurting people's not a good thing. Well, sometimes it is.
Ouch! That has got to hurt. And some more senseless violence ensued.
Somebody put me back in the fridge.
According to rumors, Sylvester Stallone and Richard Gere got into a fist fight while on the set of The Lords of Flatbush. While the reason behind their rivalry is not clear, the duo has not worked together in any movie ever since. But this is a celebrity feud that just keeps on giving. Remember that infamous Richard Gere gerbil rumor? Yup, it seems that Stallone may have been responsible for that. And if you don't know what that rumor is, Google it. But be prepared to be scared.
You want to man up? I'll man you up.
I really feel both actors were being a bit loony. For the next set of warring leading men, the feud seems to be a never-ending one too. It's none other than George Clooney and Russell Crowe. Apparently, it started with the Gladiator calling Clooney a sellout for modeling a brand of suits. It seems he called him a sellout, along with Harrison Ford and Robert De Niro. And then Crowe sent Clooney a book, or a CD according to some reports, of his poems to apologize for that comment.
I'm sorry that you are, and I'm sorry that I might have made it worse. You accept my apology?
But clearly, that didn't work.
Not a chance. I just don't see the value in it.
The two leading men actually kept going at each other with notes and snide comments in interviews, and it really just made no sense. For others of their stature, it just seems so childish. But it seems there's something more to it. Could it be that Clooney is still upset over losing out on the Gladiator lead role to the Australian actor? But celebrity feuds have always existed, and let's admit it, we all love the juicy details. Let's round things off with an iconic feud from the 1930s. Two of Hollywood's most iconic beauties, Joan Crawford and Bette Davis, never made amends till the very end. The feud between the two actresses was so huge that it even inspired the TV show called Feud. It began in 1935 and over a man. Davis fell in love with her co-star Frank Tone on the set of their movie Dangerous, but it was Crawford who married him shortly after the shoot was done. But it didn't end there. Their rivalry endured, and they even did a movie together in 1962. The movie was called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. It got even more interesting when Davis got nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role. Crawford then hatched a clever plan so that it was she who went on stage to accept the very same award on behalf of the winning actress Anne Bancroft. So, do you get it? Not only did Davis lose out on the man she loved, but also her Oscar. And there she was, Crawford, picking up the prize on both occasions. The two stars never made amends before they both died. Why can't we all just get along? Well, because then, what would the tabloids do? That's all for now. See you guys in the next video.